think about what things have had issues with being balanced in your relationships. Those things are now finding more of a balance. You're more hyper aware of like the actual dynamics, the lack of balance in different areas. Hello, good morning and blessings to you. Welcome back to Mercurial Vellum Astrology. And my name is Molly. If you've not been here before, I am a practicing, a mix of like many things, practicing Celtic and Norse and other things, which I study astrology. I have for a very long time. And I also study religion, and I also do like way too many other things. So I'm kind of all over the place. I'm kind of a mess. But I also do tarot card readings and many other things. So I've been studying and practicing the art of astrology for quite a long time, and I finally was like, I need to talk to people about this. Like it's an obsession beyond an obsession. So I decided to make this channel. So a little about me. I am a Sagittarius sun, Libra moon, Gemini rising, and I have a Sagittarius stellium and I have a Libra stellium. So that is kind of a little bit about the energy that goes through me. So anyway, I'm excited to talk to you about some astrological events that have been occurring or are about to occur. Today we were going to talk about the Libra full moon of April 1st and also Venus coming into the sign of Taurus. So we, if I can remember to, and if I have time, I will touch on Ostara briefly. If I can get to it, a little bit of here's what we've been going through lately, some of the recent events. Okay. I have notes, so that's what I'm looking at, sorry. So we had Mercury go direct on March 20th in Pisces. We had a Sun conjunct Neptune in Aries on March 22nd. We had the Sun then also conjunct Saturn in Aries on March 25th, and then we had the Venus conjunct Chiron in Aries on March 26th. And the big one is we have Venus entering Taurus today on March 30th, 2026. We also have the full moon in Libra on April 2nd. So those are the full moon in Libra and Venus going into the sign of Taurus are the two that I really wanted to focus on today. So the Libra full moon, it's occurring at 12 degrees 20 minutes Libra, so we round that up to 13 degrees Libra. That corresponds to the Sabian symbol of 13 degrees Libra, which is children blowing soap bubbles, which is really cute, at first, but when you really break it down more, it's kind of reminding us we need to learn how to have fun again. I know the world is changing dramatically and quickly, and I mean in every way, politically, technologically, spiritually, socially, everything. I mean, we're all just trying to survive, right? So, but some people, a lot of us at times, and probably all of us at sometimes, have become somewhat hardened maybe a little cranky, maybe a little negative, because these are tough times. So, this is just kind of a reminder to like learn how to have fun and introduce or reintroduce some enchantment into your life. Your relationships, your personal lore with your partner, your significant other. Definitely in regards to your relationships with others, but also in regards to your relationship with yourself. Reignite some romance, some enchantment, some wonderment, romanticize your own life, you know? I mean, and also like romanticize the way that you exist. Like, it's incredible that you exist. It's incredible that you get this one brief blazing shot and like that's it. I mean, maybe you believe there's other things after this too, but you know, most of us don't really know for sure. So we kind of just, what we can see is very brief, very, very, passing. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is like, romanticize your life, blow bubbles along the way, you know, have fun, do your hair different, do your makeup different, wear whatever you want at whatever age you want, you know, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, don't think you're too old to wear something that you think is really cute that will make you happy, you know? Don't think you have, you know, I can't wear this because of my body being like this, you know? Just do it. Do what makes you happy. Express yourself and your values, and have some more fun with the way you move, the way that you make music, the way that you make love, the way, you know, whatever. Like, reintroduce some whimsy, you know, some fun, some enchantment. That is what I'm taking from this Sabian symbol for the Libra full moon on April 2nd. And the full moon aspect of this is, of course, full moons are always about culmination and fulfillment. Can be of particular situations or dynamics or events that happened in relation to the new moon. It's like finishing of the job that started during the full moon, during the new moon. So our new moon was March 18th in Pisces and 29 degrees Pisces. So that is just hugely symbolic of endings in every way. So that new moon was about karmic endings, fated endings. It was in the anaretic degree of 29. So it's the last degree of the last sign. It's like a very end of the astrological year, the end of the zodiac, and it functions as a final ceremony, a closing, a ritual to be done with things. We are done with whatever you are dealing with in that regard. It's a massive shift to the next step. So we had that new moon on the 18th, and then whatever seeds were planted then, hopefully we let them germinate, rest, grow underground, and dream. And this is now what we've got, is we've got this illumination, this fulfillment of something being birthed in this Libra full moon. So now with this Libra full moon, there could be some epiphanies going on in your relationships, your money flow, your values. There could be also some epiphanies going on regarding balance within your relationships, even within yourself. So also balance in matters regarding love and money and values, any of the Venusian areas of your life. So these things can occur where suddenly you realize something that is pretty massive but hasn't really shown itself to you yet. And now it's like really, really clear. Maybe you have some more information or some new perception. And the truths that will come to light, it's almost like some balance that will come about around equality or fairness. or balance, basically. So think about like one way to kind of meditate on this is like think about what things have had issues with being balanced in your relationships. Those things are now finding more of a balance. You're more hyper aware of like the actual dynamics, the lack of balance in different areas. And also the sun did just enter Aries. So also happy astrological new year and happy Aries season. Next I want to talk about Venus in Taurus, March 30th, 2026. So Venus enters the sign of Taurus, March 30th, 2026, and it is marking a big shift in energy. We've had this very long period of lots of foggy, dreamy kind of Pisces energy, and then the start of Aries season was kind of like an initiation, or like a big ignition, like a big start, a big burst of like, this is, we're starting this new stuff, this new phase. But this Venus entering Taurus is kind of like the okay, let's ground ourselves now and start getting ready for what's next. So it's a process of the energy of Taurus mixing with the areas of your life that have to do with Venus. Venus is in the sign of Taurus. It's in its domicile. So that means it's at home. It's very comfortable. It can express itself in its best way. But there's also a lot of work that it has to do. It's not like lazy in this sign. I mean, it can be, but it's really powerful in Taurus. So it's that big shift because Aries was very action oriented and pursuing, like the verb of pursuing. Taurus is like receiving. It's like attracting. It's much more flowing and not as action oriented. Things just kind of come to it. The energy itself is a solid, fixed earth vibe. So it's about fixed foundations. It's a very financial aspect. It has a lot to do with the material, the romantic, appreciating the senses, the sensual, earthly pleasures. And it is a massive shift for relationships and money and values. It's also about comfort, and it's kind of steady and slow and building. The energy that it's giving us is like a building energy, like an investing energy. It's a steady and slow and building type of energy because it's fixed earth. So it's strong and solid. Basically, everything is kind of slowing down now and becoming more tangible and more, more like tactile. It's more, it's not as impulsive. It's more building for the long term. Moving from Venus being in Aries, it was very fast moving and impulsive and erratic, and fiery, and not necessarily long lasting or solid energy. But now it's more about the long haul. It's about commitment, wise investments, not quick money. It's about slow, long, dependable money. And it's much more feet on the ground, firmly planted on the ground. I think of like the ruminants, the cows and such, like they're just these massive, solid, immovable objects that ruminate all day, chewing. But not only that, but like they are a form of stock. That's what stock was originally, was cattle. And it's an investment. It's nourishment. It's solidity for the future. It's security. And that's a huge part of this energy. Is emotionally, it's about things that provide commitment, long-term stability. It's not like a hookup energy, but it is sensual. It's just a safe, stable kind of sensual. It's an earthy sensual. If you are single, you may now be looking at potential love interests with more of a long-term, long-haul lens. So how will this person be in the years to come is like something you might be thinking of. What will they do for me? What will I do for them? Will it work, you know? This is more like writing out a life plan and interviewing potential loves kind of an energy, almost like writing up a business plan and proposing it to the bank for a loan or a business deal. Like it's looking at things in your life, asking, is this worth investing into? What is the plan? What's worth keeping? It's a very financially focused transit and placement, but it's also very sensual at the same time. But that's why it's also bringing up issues of values as well, as because it's financial and romantic. So you're gonna also feel drawn to beautifying your home and your domicile, you know, and not just with items that bring comfort, but also beauty and stability. Also bringing up. So this energy definitely brings a lot of good comfort, stability, kind of sorting through things, figuring out what to keep in your life. But there is also, as everything has, there is a shadow side to it. So this can bring some challenges too. Sometimes things can possibly become too materialistic, too object-oriented, and there is sometimes a tendency to start treating people too much like a resource or an object. And that's just something to be aware of. Also, overindulgence with comfort. Like, this is a time to do more of like a luxuriating and comfort, but if you do take it to an extreme, well, like anything, if you get too comfortable, nothing will change or grow in extreme comfort. You know, there's gluttony, there's overdoing it. You know, too much cake is not good. So it's not, nothing's good at that point. Too much of anything is not good. So just make sure that while you are kind of doing your enjoying of your earthly pleasures during this time, that you're not getting to the point where there's a complete resistance to any change. I mean, think of like an immovable, stubborn, lazy cow, and there's no moving it. It's just planted there. It's not going anywhere. You can't move it. It just chews and chews and chews. That's taking it to an extreme, but that's kind of the too much Taurus Venus energy right there. Extreme stubbornness with all things, especially in relationships. So be careful for that. So essentially, this is a return to softness and slowness. It's not a fast energy. It's a slow building energy. It's about, when it comes to money, it's about growing it and keeping it, not chasing it. So we want things that feel safe and predictable. We don't want too much risky like ventures at this time. This is not like Sagittarian energy. This is like not the gambler's energy. This is like investment energy. I know there's a lot of crossover between investment and gambling, but there's different kinds of investments, and this is definitely not the risky kind. This is the solid, stability-minded kind. So yeah, it's a return to slowness and softness and the earth. Also, this is a great time for rituals of love and beauty. So just think all around sensual fabrics, sensory experiences, delicious desserts, treats, silky fabrics, love spells, beauty rituals, self-care. Like, are there any beauty treatments that you enjoy or that you want that you've been postponing for a while? It's time to do them then, if you want to do them. Give yourself that self-care, you know, even if it's just a face mask and like a hot cocoa and like cuddling on the couch or something. Just, you need to embrace this slow down, softening energy a little bit, and you will feel like, I think, a connection back to yourself and the earth that you haven't felt in a while, if that's been your experience. It's been a lot of people's experience. It's been my experience as well, that it's just been a very strange, foggy last couple months. You know, anything like beauty related, like if you're into getting your brows done or something, but you like haven't done that in forever, go do it. Like, Venus and Taurus will make sure you're more inclined to enjoying these kinds of things during this time. So, oh yeah, I was also going to talk about Ostara. We just had the holiday of Ostara come upon us. And this is a time that fits perfectly with the Taurus spring lovebird vibe, kinds of, you know, spring, birds singing, birds and the bees, new life, earthiness, Taurus, all of that. So, you know, also Taurus rules the voice and Venus rules beauty. So the world is waking up now. The sun is starting to shine more. The winter darkness is subsiding. So in modern times, many people celebrate Ostara to welcome back the sun and the light and life. And we're getting closer to mid-spring to summer. And light itself, it's about light. It's about the sun coming back. Ostara itself, there's some questions as to how ancient it really was. Clearly, there were spring festivals in the ancient world, in the pre-Christian ancient world, but the actual term and the conception of Ostara itself was fairly modern. But anyway, it celebrates, you know, the birds and the bees, and like, they're coming back to life. They're creating new life. It really sometimes does all come back down to the birds and bees. So it's sexuality, sensuality, fertility, all of this. So in whatever way you feel that that fits into your life, definitely get yourself, you know, a little spring cleaning of yourself, of your home, of your life. Clear things out, decide what's worth investing in, and, you know, enjoy the new life that's blooming outside soon. Or if you're like me and you have allergies really bad, good luck. So yeah, basically, just to sum it up, we've had this really long-term kind of a foggy time. These last couple months feels like forever. We starting March 20th with Aries starting. We're getting more like lots of new initiations. We're kind of starting to come back online. And then it's the astrological new year. And then with some, you know, with this full moon and with Venus going into Taurus, I think we've got kind of brighter times right now than we've had in a while. I think it's a good time. What are we keeping is one of like the questions I've been asking myself. What's worth keeping right now? What's worth getting rid of? What's worth really long-term investing into? And then like actually, so build some stability in your love life, in your money. Enjoy some comfort, enjoy some pleasure, enjoy some stability, and enjoy the beginning of spring. It's so different in all areas. Right now, our weather's like, every day it's like back and forth, up and down. It's kind of driving me insane, but I'm already insane, so it's all good. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say today. I just wanted to focus on those two things. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and a rest of the spring, and enjoy whatever holidays you celebrate around this time. Enjoy them, and blessings to you, and I'll see you soon.